Going on to you, Virgos. So there's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website in which it has all the ways you can financially support me. Really want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody, the Virgos, all the zodiac signs who have been subscribing, leaving likes. Likes really do help the video and the channel get onto the algorithm. So make sure to hit those likes. And I just want to say thank you. Come through and get some more readings from me so I can most definitely keep the show going, right? So I can go ahead and help you all out with these readings. So a lot of you are looking at it from a perspective of, so let's see, right? Because I just wanted to jump into the reading. I forgot to even actually state what it is I was talking about. So you Virgos have the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, the Page of Swords. So for you Virgos, right, the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands represent a lot of candid talk. There's a lot of you Virgos being straightforward about what it is that you want to see about a relationship, how you want other people to actually perceive you. You Virgos want to be taken seriously. And then if a person doesn't take you seriously in the sense that, you know, if they can't give you any kind of respect, then you have to put them back out there on the streets. And, you know, you Virgos are very much so being very straightforward in that. You're not coming off being super disrespectful. You're not doing any of that. And the Page of Swords represents, so let's see who's gonna continue to disrespect you. You know, the Page of Swords, you spent a lot of time being very humble, backtracking. A lot of you Virgos spent a lot of time, you know, because of you being humble, allowing a lot of people, to be very much so disrespectful, especially when they shouldn't be, all for them to save face. So then now you have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. There's an end to that. Go ahead, my love. There's an end to that. You Virgos put an end to that. There's an end coming to that right now. And go ahead. In the sense that a lot of you Virgos very much so, you like the direction of where it is that you're going in your life. And the Eight of Swords represent you done been through kind of like the Salem witch trials, in the sense that you know what it feels like to have people scapegoat you, like Capricorn, scapegoat you for things that shouldn't even apply to you. But because accountability is so terrible to grown folks, mind you, grown folks, they just can't take accountability for their own actions. And they're trying to make it seem like you Virgos forced them or tricked them or persuaded them in some shape, form, or fashion, or coerced them into doing terrible things and saying terrible things in your presence, right? As well, you know, in the sense that your presence where you're hanging around them, getting to know them. And, you know, so basically it's the look at what it is that you made me do scenario. Look at what you made me do. Like, how is somebody else making you do crazy actions? Like, how is somebody else making you do that? And then you have the Eight of Swords, right? You Virgos are done with that, because that's just stupid. And then you have the Five of Swords. A person has to be able to take accountability. You know, you got a lot of people out here taking penitentiary chances, you know, trying not to take accountability. That's how far people will go to not accept accountability for their own life. Something small, or maybe not small, but big and important. You know, I'm not going to make people feel like these are not big scenarios, right? Minimize it, because that's a terrible thing for someone to do too, is to talk about how things are not necessarily that bad. Things are not that bad for a person's life and for their perspective, but for them it could be terrible. But as long as they can do things and have things actually done, so that they don't have to go through this nonsense anymore, what's the problem? And a lot of you Virgos know what it is. You're tired of being scapegoated. Scapegoated for no reason. Scapegoated because people don't want to take, like I said, accountability. So then now you have the Moon and the Ten of Pentacles. Whenever it is that people can't take accountability, you're gonna be out. You're gonna be up on out of there, because these are adults. And I wanted to also say this too. In the book, in the good book, right? In the good book, it says that you would be better off trying to have little ones, work with little ones, to have them, put in more work than grown adults. And it's very much so true, because you have these adults out here, Virgo, who are very much so stupid, very much so wild, and very much so don't want to own up to anything. They want to just live free on other people's expense and live their life and do whatever it is that they want. And that's lame. That's weird. This is what it is that you do when you are an adult. People pay for things and they don't trip out about paying for things as an adult. This is a naturally accepted thing. You're an adult, which means that, yes, you have more responsibility. So to see adults who want to play this game of, well, I don't want responsibility and I don't want accountability, but I want power. Power and accountability are very much so the same thing. So this is the stupidity of it all. So the point that I'm trying to make here is the Moon and the Ten of Pentacles represents a person needs to be able to be responsible for themselves and stop trying to blame you for everything, because them type of antics, those types of games and tricks, it's not going to work. The Five of Pentacles represents how, and a lot of you, I'm going to say this, a lot of you Virgos are going to scare people. A lot of you Virgos are scaring people. And the reason why you're scaring people is because of the fact that, yes, people have to be accountable for their own actions and their own words. Yes, absolutely. And that's what's getting them scared. They're not going to want to be held accountable for their own actions and words. That they're not going to want to do that. So the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups now represents how, but that's okay, because you Virgos are going to be well off without them anyway. If there's one thing that I can say about you Virgos, and me being a Virgo myself, is that Virgos are very much so tough, and that we are very much so survivors, right? A lot of times people want to, you know what I'm saying? Like people discredit Virgos, but a Virgo will have the whole crew on point because of the critique. And so many people talk about how Virgos critique them, but it's like they are critiquing Virgos, critiquing them because of the fact that they are not on point, right? So it's kind of ironic, right? They are overly critical about how Virgos are the ones that's actually overly critical. So isn't that the pot calling the kettle? And then the Five of Cups represents a severe amount of regret that a lot of people have for you. You, specifically, you Virgos not being in their lives. So let's clarify the Four of Swords. Excuse me, the Five of Swords, not Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I understand. Knight of Cups. And the Empress. Yeah, I understand. Most definitely, I understand. Look, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles represents the frustration of how stupid and how confused and how people want to create shortcuts. And they want to create shortcuts so bad to the point where they're not in a position to take a shortcut. Let me show you my face. They're not in a position to take shortcuts. But so many people, when it comes to you, are so caught up with, they're not interested in you, but they're interested in the money that they think that they can get up on out of you, or they're hanging around you for something. And yeah, they may like you and all of that. Yeah, they do. But they're grifters, and they're looking to con, they're looking to be a parasite off of you Virgos. And the situation for you is, a lot of you Virgos are pretty much just not going for it. You know, they can't BS a BSer, so with so many times people say that Virgos are notorious for being BSers, and all they do is S talk and do this and do that and do the other. They don't think that a Virgo who most people scapegoat that does that type of stuff, who is a shyster and all of that, would pick up a few things, not necessarily shysting other people, but defend themselves and to be knowledgeable when somebody's trying to run that game on them. Of course they are. And that's part of what's so frustrating, is because a lot of people are coming to you, honestly, with their hand out, expecting something for free because they have this ideology of entitlement. And these are grown adults who have this mentality like, yo, you're not a child. You're not a little kid. What are we doing right now? Like, yes, you have to be accountable for your own stuff. And they're going to go ahead and try and because you already know, Virgo, you already know, right? People that are probably coming out of the woodwork to see what's going on with you and all of that. Let's clarify the I'm not done. The Knight of Cups and the Empress is about how, so a lot of you Virgos, like I said, you're just being straightforward from the very beginning of what it is I was talking about, the reading. A lot of you Virgos are being very straightforward, like, yo, if the person, like a person cannot show up with their hand out expecting you to give them something for free, begging, because that's what it is, it's begging. Because there's far too many people out here, Virgo, who act like they're so big and bad and a boss and Rick Ross voice and all this other type of stuff, while at the same time they begging. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. You can't be out here with this. And the thing about a lot of you Virgos is that's what it is that they're trying to do. But you're not allowing them to do that, because now they have to hold their own. They have to figure it out. They have to actually, be adults. And that's something that is really getting them. So let's clarify the Five of Cups. So this is where it is that us Virgos be at sometimes. We be surrounded by adults who have the mind of children. Fully formed adults. They are past the age of 18. But have this ideology of like the savior complex, where they want to be saved by a particular person and they don't have to ask for anything without having to contribute anything. And it's like, that's not how anything works. When you pay money to somebody, you are trading cash or whatever form of income that is acceptable by that shop or merchant in exchange for what it is that you want. So there's still an equitable exchange going on here. The ideology of grown adults. This is why the good book says that it would be better off you ask this of children than adults. These are adults that don't get this. I don't know why these supposed grown adults, these short yellow busts, don't understand this concept. But okay, I'm just saying it like this because it's really odd. So to clarify the Five of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Judgment, the Page of Swords, and then you have the Nine of Wands to clarify the Five of Cups. Yet again, Five of Swords, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles. Seven of Swords is you Virgos. Like I said before at the beginning of the reading, creating those boundaries. Like, oh, are you serious? You for real? You really? No, you got to actually, we need to trade. You need to actually bring value. I'm not just going to allow you. That's how you Virgos are telling them. You're not just going to allow them to just parasite off of you and that's it. And the King of Pentacles and the Judgment and the Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands, these four cards, all about how they really got problems with this. They're not gonna do right because they're too dysfunctional. They're never gonna change. The judgment, they think that them having to contribute anything to a relationship, right? Anything to a friendship that could become a relationship is too much of you Virgos to ask. The Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands, and you better not ask them for anything, because if you do, that's a dub for them to you. That's a red flag, right, about you. Virgo, these people are dusty. Leave these goofy people alone. Listen, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 20,000 subs. We're at 10,600 already. I just want to go ahead and say thank you so much. We have 9,400 subs left to go. Smash the subscribe button. Smash that like button. That like button helps us out so that we can get in the algorithm. So please smash that like button. Hit the notification bell and set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.